Hello, welcome to my channel. I am Daisy Doll. If you are new here, I'm so glad you're here. Today, I do want to share with you 10 things you should know before you start a YouTube channel in 2024. Let me just give you a quick background. I started my YouTube channel in 2021, pretty much about 2 years, and there's so much that I've learned, and I was just like, you know what, I need to put this out there, especially if you're brand new and you don't necessarily know how to navigate the landscape yet. I did take some notes because I wanted to make sure that I got across all the things that I have learned so far in my 2 years of being on YouTube. I mean, am I a small YouTuber at this point? Am I a micro YouTuber? Anyway, let's not get carried away with titles. I'm just gonna dive right in. Number one, the crickets are loud, okay? The crickets are loud and they don't give a. Let me dial back the passion, frustration, no. Dial back the passion about that. You know, the crickets are loud. And what do I mean by that? You could, do a great job, create a really nice video, put it out there, something you're proud of, and yeah, it's just crickets. No one is giving you any kudos. No one is giving you any applause. No one is, commending you and encouraging you. It's a loud silence, loud crickets. So be prepared for that. You're not always gonna get that pat on the back that you feel you should get when you do start a YouTube channel. Let me get into the next one. The pandemic lottery. I call that the pandemic lottery because there were a lot of YouTubers during the pandemic that blew up. Prior to the pandemic, they had like a steady growth and a lot of people were not familiar with them, right? Then when the pandemic happened and a lot of people had to be home, not go anywhere, quarantine, isolate, not socialize, where were people going? The internet. People were going online, going to YouTube. So a lot of YouTubers during that time just got this drove and influx of subscribers, views, because people weren't going anywhere and they were just curious about what's going on out there in the world, what's going on in other people's lives. Just seeing someone go grocery shopping felt special. A lot of people ended up going viral during that time and gaining a larger following. And the thing is, if you're starting a YouTube channel now, we're pretty much out of that isolation. We're all finding a new sense of normal. Not everybody is going to be interested in seeing you go shop at TJ Maxx. That's not the world we live in right now. Right now, a lot of people have gotten their own cameras. They're, filming their own lives. They're out and about doing things. So it's like you have to create a different strategy at this point. What is the next thing that I learned? People say that consistency is key. I'm gonna say contentancy is key. I know you're like, what? I made that word up, but I'll let you know where I'm going with that. Contentancy. So when I say that, I mean that the kind of content that you make is really key right now. Consistency is good. It's important for you to frequently put things out there, but you have to put a certain type of content. And that's what I mean by contentancy. If you do have a certain type of content, then more people will be attracted to your channel. More people would be attracted to your videos and they would want to, not just see one video, but they would want to stay. The next thing I learned, shorts. So this one is more of a recent revelation for me where I learned that shorts can actually help you grow your channel a little bit faster than long form content. So there have been times that I will create, something that's long form and I'm super excited about it, right? And I'll edit it, the editing, oh my God. Regardless of how loud these crickets are, I will tell you that I do love editing. I do love the process of it, the creativity of it. It's really, really fun for me. So I would say that imagine being a small YouTuber that gets hundreds of views, right, on your long form content. And then the next thing you're seeing, when you post a short, you're getting thousands of views and you're getting interaction, you're getting engagement. I'm like, okay, look, that's on a super small, micro, tiny scale. Now imagine, getting those types of thousands of views on your long form content. I've noticed for me when I've created shorts, I've definitely gotten more traction. It's grown my subscription base more than, quicker than my long form content. There might be a way for you to leverage or balance out doing shorts to grow your channel and doing long form. Now, the other thing I was going to say is you want to create a story that people can follow. One thing I've learned from, some of the YouTubers that I follow is that they have certain series, right? You've probably seen a lot of these. A moving series, apartment hunt series, some sort of journey, like a weight loss journey, or what I eat in a day, routine series, right? I've noticed there are certain series that are very successful and will bring people to your channel. So when you start your channel in 2024, even if you start your channel now, keep that in mind. That was something I didn't know when I started. You have to look at certain things when it comes to that and figure out what type of series would be more successful. Let me go to the next one. For the most part, YouTube is not a short walk, but a long run, okay? For the most part, especially if you have not gone viral. Be sure to have a big bottle of water for this run because you're gonna need it. If you've watched other people's channels or certain people who you follow, you kind of have certain expectations. And not saying you shouldn't expect great things. Do expect great things. Like use your imagination, to create what you want and then physically do what you need to do, right? To create this thing you're imagining, this success. But just know that not everybody blows up off the rip. You may feel like, oh wow, but I felt like that video was so great and it was gonna do great. Yeah, it was great. Sometimes your videos are great and it's not like your fault per se. It's a gradual climb. It's a gradual climb and you kind of just have to build on it. I would say the other thing I learned is the disappointment is real. After putting in all the work and you barely get views or comments, no one is sharing your content. That can feel very disappointing. And those moments will come. Even if you feel like, you know what, you have seen a little bit more growth than you did the last time, be prepared for that, but don't hang on to it. Another thing I learned is that you are constantly strategizing to see what will work. I have found myself constantly strategizing. I will do certain things and I will say, okay, I'm enjoying this. This is great. But then I look at the numbers. Look at your analytics. Is it going up? Is it stagnant? Is it going down? And if your goal, again, is to really make something out of YouTube, if you're not noticing change, then something's gotta adjust. That's kind of how I do things. If I look at some of my analytics and I'm like, okay, gosh, I only gained 1 subscriber. I only got a few views. Okay, well, what am I doing? What can I do? What videos had more views than the others? What was I doing in that video? Should I do more videos like that? So constantly reviewing your work, constantly strategizing. If you're trying to make YouTube work, that's something you're going to be doing with your channel. So another thing is you do get more creative and more thoughtful about the video, from your thumbnails to video editing, to the timing of posting your video, the topic for your video. I feel like I've definitely gotten more creative in how I edit my videos. Something as simple as where I place text, how I do my thumbnail. I'm always trying to see what is the best way to position myself, with my thumbnail, with the, first few seconds of the video. The more you post, the more you think creatively. Another thing I learned is you will feel unmotivated to create because you are not seeing results that you crave. What I'm trying to say is, like, you will definitely have days or periods where you just don't feel as motivated to do certain content. It's like you have to find a way to just be like, okay, like, I know I'm not feeling that great about it right now, but that has to change. That leads to the next point, which is it only takes one video. It only takes one video for you to land the results you want, to gain thousands of views, thousands of subscribers, literally overnight. Once you hit the sweet spot, it's only up from there. Even with that success, you have to keep going. You have to keep being creative, and you have to keep posting regularly. So at the end of the day, after you've heard all of these things that you should know before you start a YouTube channel in 2024, my verdict is you should still start a YouTube channel in 2024. Practice makes perfect. You might be one of the super duper lucky ones in terms of going viral right off the rip, or it might be a long run. It might be. But the one thing you shouldn't do is give up. In fact, in anything, if there's a goal that you have, never give up, because it's your persistency, is you continuing to be determined and continuing on that journey, doing your best to improve it, doing the best that you can. That's exactly what will get you to win the race. If you're watching this and you already have a channel and you're just in a slump, just take a breather and remember this, okay? Yesterday was history. Tomorrow is a mystery. And today is a gift. That is why it's called the present. I heard that somewhere. I've loved it all week. It's been my mantra. You can use it too. Thank you so much for watching, and I wish you all the best. I'll talk to you in my next video. Bye.